Hello traders, you're welcome to this video and you're welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. Now in this video we are going to be looking at a custom indicator named Advanced Supply Demand Indicator. Alright, now if you are a fan of supply and demand zones, or basically if you are a price action trader, then you might find this indicator very interesting. Okay, now this indicator can be a useful addition to your trading toolbox, so you might want to stick to the end of this video as we dive deep into how this indicator works and how you can use it to identify good trading opportunities in the market. So owing to the fact that this is a custom indicator, you will need to download it from a reputable source and then you add it to your indicators folder for your platform. All right, this is the MetaTrader 4 platform. All right, so here is the advanced supply demand indicator. I already downloaded it from a reputable source online and I have added it to the chart right away. So one of the features of this indicator is that the indicator helps you to identify supply and demand zones, as we can see on the chart, and the indicator also gives alert. All right, the indicator gives alert, as we can see alert popping up on the chart. Okay, so during the course of your trading, if there is a signal or there is something that you need to be aware of, you will get pop-up alerts on your chart. Okay, so based on what we can see on this chart, the indicator with this green color code, it shows you supply zones. All right, while with the red color zones you get demand zones. Okay, so let us look at the indicator and find out exactly in detail what each of those color code mean. Okay, so we can see that the color code, the dark green color code, represents supply. All right, while the one that is it somehow blackish, it's also used to show supply that has been used. All right, supply that has been used. Now the red, or the somehow dark, or is it fire brick red, is showing demand zone. All right, and a color very close to that shows the demand that is used. Okay, and then the olive color shows supply MTF. The saddle brown shows supply used MTF. The orange red shows demand MTF. The dark orange shows demand used MTF. Okay, and we see these colors shows supply old. Perhaps it could mean a supply zone that is in the past. I want to believe that's what that one mean. While this sandy brown shows the demand old, perhaps a zone in the past. And then we have the light blue for price labels, the orange for price labels, MTF, the lime for arrow blue color, violet for arrow bear color, the green is color yesterday high, red color yesterday low, blue color today open, gold color daily pivot. So we can see that this indicator does not even only tell you supply and demand zones, it also shows pivot. As we can see, the gold color shows daily pivot. All right, shows daily pivot. Okay, I think I can see that here. I can see that if we zoom, let's zoom in a bit, and we are going to see, can we see this? You can see the daily pivot line is given unto us, and we can see the days open is also identified, and yesterday's high is also identified. So this indicator helps you to know not only supply and demand zones on the chart, but also levels of interest, such as the previous day's high. Because when you are trading in the direction of the trend, ideally you will be looking for new candles being formed in line with the structure of the trend, right? So if you are in a bearish trend, you will want to see candles with lower highs and lower lows, right? If you are in a bullish trend, you will want to see candles with higher highs and higher lows. So in the situation of this bearish trend, when you have the previous candle's high identified, ideally the new day's high shouldn't even get to the previous day's high, right? And for those who also make use of pivot points, the indicator also gives you the daily pivot point, right? It can also uh, give you idea as to possible reversal points, okay, or points of price getting to within the day. All right. So as for the supply and demand zones, of course, a supply zone is a zone of significant interest where sellers get into the market and push the price down. So basically, supply zones are usually zones of resistance. Okay, there are zones on the chart where the price tends to reverse back downwards. So as we can see, during this period of this green colored zone, we can see that the price of the assets, being Euro USD, always got rejected and came down back, right? So this is a supply zone, okay? And then we can see this significant demand zone showing reversal points, showing that the price of Euro USD could possibly face a reversal, a bullish reversal, as it has already gotten into the demand zone. All right, having already gotten into the demand zone, we could see possible reversal. Okay, and then as for the dark orange color, we can see that these are used demand zones, right? So we can see that the demand zones of the past that had already been used. Can we see? These were demand zones that are already in the past, right? It's historical demand zones, right? The current demand zone that we have is this, right? But based on the color code of the indicator, we can see that these orange colors were used demand zones, while the current demand zone that we have is around here, right? So we can see that even for the used demand zones, the price usually reversed back upwards after getting to the demand zone, as in this case, as in this case, as in this case. And as for the used supply, you can see that the price usually reversed back downwards, as in this case, as in this case, right? So when you want to use the indicator to trade, basically when you have price getting into the demand zone, you should be looking for buy opportunities, right? You should be looking for perhaps bullish candlestick patterns or any chart patterns at all that will support the case of a bullish reversal. And then you enter a buy trade and you can set your stop loss just below the demand zone, right? That is for a buy. And then for a sell, you can be targeting the nearest supply zone given to you by the indicator. All right. And then for a sell, once you get the supply zone identified, you can enter a sell trade, set your stop loss above the supply zone, and you can target the nearest demand zone for your exit. Okay. Now, it's also important that you combine this indicator with any other indicator of your choice just for additional confirmation, right? And then also observe proper risk management. Make sure that you do not risk an amount that you cannot afford to lose. And also make sure that you use good risk to reward ratio. So, for example, if you are risking $1, then you should be targeting to make at least $2. All right. And then if you are risking $10, you should be targeting to make at least $20. That's a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2. Okay. So in the long run, with good risk to reward ratio, even if you end up having the same number of wins and losses, you will still be on the winning side. All right. So that is it for this indicator. It's quite an interesting indicator that helps you automatically identify important price zones on the chart. Okay. Very important price points, both the supply and demand zones, the previous candles high, the pivot point for that day, and so on. Okay. So if you found this video insightful, kindly like and subscribe for more trading insights, and don't forget to turn on your notification so that you do not miss out on future videos. Until next time, stay smart and stay profitable. Thanks for watching and happy trading.